Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tiffany from the National Library Board, your MC for this session. Thank you for joining us on EnvisAGE 2021, Envisioning Meaningful Aging Together, jointly brought to you by Nlb and the Singapore University of Social Sciences. This session will be on motivation for entrepreneurship and active aging. Before we start, use headphones for better audio quality. Please leave your questions with the Q&A button. Be reminded that this is a recorded session. This session will be live streamed to Facebook. In view of time, we'll do our best to answer as many questions as possible. This is how you can post your question. If you'd like to ask a question, please click on Q&A and type your question. Without further ado, let me introduce our moderator, Lyquin. Lyquin's currently pursuing a master's degree in gerontology from SUSS. She's interested in the care of seniors and the joys of aging well as part of her own journey. She finds joy and inspiration in books, Pinterest posts, traveling, chatting with friends, and even in smaller things in life like channel surfing for a TV show. Let's give a warm welcome to Lyquin. Lyquin, please.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for the introduction. So if you allow me to share my slides with you first. So yes, thank you for the introduction and good afternoon, everyone, once again. And I know, I think some of you actually have joined us since the morning. So now we're in the last segment of the day. So again, thank you for staying on. So do stay on with us for the next 2 hours as we share more about our Empower segment. So I'm confident that you're actually looking forward to this because this is where we actually explore the motivation for entrepreneurship and active aging. So our speakers will share about choices, capabilities, and experiences, what it takes to achieve your goals and aspirations and remain inspired to age well. So we hope to challenge mindsets about the roles of our seniors and showcase how seniors can be empowered to remain resilient and adapt in our current post-pandemic environment. So before I introduce our speakers, I'd like to share with everyone about the concept of active aging. For those who have joined us earlier, you might have heard about some speakers talking about active aging in their own context. Where aging is not a disease but a stage of life. Age is an attitude and to never stop dreaming. For dreams mean believing in the future. It's also about aspirations, gaining experiences, and providing or actually having options and choices, self-development, and keeping active. According to the World Health Organization, active aging is about optimizing opportunities for health, participation, and security in order to enhance quality of life as people age. Active aging allows people to realize their potential for physical, social, and mental well-being through their lives and to participate in society according to their needs, desires, and capacities, while providing them with adequate protection, security, and care when they require assistance. So as seniors move into the third age of their lives, fulfilling life's passion or even life's necessities, it actually requires us to accumulate more wealth, experiences, and skills in order to cater to a longer, meaningful life. Some of you may enjoy or look forward to retirement. Some may want to continue to work, or some, like some of our speakers, may actually embark on silver entrepreneurship, where they manage their own startups as part of their aspirations towards active aging. To retain autonomy or independence, research has shown that participation in regular, moderate physical activity can delay functional declines and slow down the onset of chronic diseases in both healthy and chronically ill older people. Thus, the importance of active aging and physical health. So with this, I'd like to introduce our speakers and our segment topics. So our three speakers, Juliana, Richard, and Bian, will share about why older adults should consider to start new enterprises or interests in their silver years, and how we can overcome limiting beliefs and challenges in the silver entrepreneurship journey. Our two speakers, Hock Lin and Team Strong Silvers, will share about active aging and physical health, where we can age actively and inclusively through participation in national initiatives or even within your own community. Last but not least, let's get up and move with a short exercise workout, specially brought to you by Active Masters Club, a national initiative by ActiveSG that empowers seniors to get active through sporting activities. Now I'd like to introduce Juliana. We actually call her Jules, to share with us about surfing 60s, creating legacies in our silver age. So Jules is a gerontologist, happy for no reason trainer, and a rapid transformation coach for senior executives, entrepreneurs, and leaders. Using validated tools and assessments and leveraging on emotional intelligence, neuroscience, and resiliency, she supports individuals and teams as they unearth the source of their issues, reframe limiting beliefs, and strategically achieve their breakthroughs. Jules, hi Jules. So I'm excited to hear about how I can actually serve my own possibility as well. So over to you.
Thank you, Lyquin. Thank you so much for today. Hold on. Okay, are you able to see? Okay, got it. Okay, so basically, hello everyone. Welcome to today's session. I saw that there's about 229 people last I checked. So 229 people, if let's say each of us have about 40 years of experience, that means together, all of us will have about 9,000 years of collective experience just in this session alone. So with that, I would like to ask everyone to perhaps share with me your words of wisdom as we go along, because I'm not the only one talking here. We are all part of a community. We can all share our nuggets of wisdom, our words of encouragement with one another. So what we would like to start with is perhaps think about a situation where you have given encouragement to someone who was previously in doubt about himself or herself. What do you say with regards to their hopes and aspirations? Can you write in the chat? Are you able to see? Okay. Yes, give you a few seconds to write in the chat. And this might seem like a very, very simple exercise, but you never know when in the audience there's someone out there who really, really need to hear those words of yours, these words of encouragement. Because sometimes it can really get lonely. And when we don't know how to reach out to others, it's times like this that we can come together and give some words of encouragement to one another. So I'm the co-founder of the Facilitators Project, together with my partner called Dean, and we work with abused and neglected children in shelters. What happened was, sometimes these kids, they do not have people in their life to give them enough attention. So we had this privilege once, sometime back, of bringing someone out for her birthday dinner. So Dean and I, we drove to her school, we stopped by her school lobby, and when she saw us, she ran over to us, and then she handed over her bag so that we could put it in the car boot, and then she plopped herself into the car, the back seat of the car. And then she said one thing. She said, "No one remembers my birthday." And Dean and I look at each other. And then we start singing, "Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you." And at the end of it all, just say, "Girl, happy birthday. You're so deserving and you're so loved. And we know that you'll be a great person in the future. Just hang in there, all right?" And then she looked at us and she said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah, sure, ask away. How do you know that I'll be great?" I looked at her and said, "Girl, you know, your years of experiences, no one can ever take that away from you. No one. And those years of experiences that you have in that kind of permutation, in that kind of combination, only you have them. Not even I have them. So these are your assets. These are your brownie points. Next time when you want to do something great, tap on them." And then she smiled. And we went out for dinner or dinner. And the day went very smoothly. So my question to you is, what are your assets over these years? I'm not talking about money. I'm really talking about your years of experiences and your years of assets in terms of what are your gifts that you can offer to this world. So before I scare everybody off talking about senior entrepreneurship, I know some of you are here for the exercise. So I want to just say some things about senior entrepreneurs. So there's not, so sometimes when we think about entrepreneurs, we think about those people who are very out there in the world. They take in millions of dollars, they talk about investments, capital, and they are trying to open offices around the world, very growth-oriented companies, businesses. So there's second type of, a second segment of senior entrepreneurs. These are the self-employed entrepreneurs. So the self-employed entrepreneurs are really those people who value flexibility, autonomy, and they value their time for leisure, for family, and for their loved ones. And then the third category of senior entrepreneurs are the reluctant entrepreneurs. They are the ones that perhaps have been retrenched, they lost their job, and they're just there trying to survive. And they would hold on to their business as long as they have yet to find another salary employment. So maybe in the chat, I may not be able to see your chat right now, but I'll definitely look through them, and I would love to read your comments later. So can you write in the chat, which type of entrepreneurship are you most comfortable with, or would you like to explore? Yeah, I think it'll be quite interesting to see who am I talking here and what are the dynamics of the people here in during this session. Yeah, so depending on whatever types of entrepreneurs that you are, there's really hope for every kind of entrepreneur, because research has shown in 2004 that 70% of businesses that are started by senior entrepreneurs actually still survive after 5 years, perhaps even thrive, whereas only 28% of businesses started by younger entrepreneurs managed to survive during that time. And also, 1 in 2, that means about 54% of all US business owners in 2016 are aged 50 years and older. The trend of senior entrepreneurship is definitely on the rise, especially in US and Australia. And I think it will also rise in Singapore, especially when people are more and more educated. So before we go on, right, I would like to ask you whether any of this sounds familiar. So in the chat group, right, I would love for you to write down which are the ones that sounds familiar to you. Have you heard others saying that? Or have you heard yourself saying that? For example, my number 1, money has to be hard earned. Number 2, I'm too old to start something new. Number 3, afraid of failure, rejection. Not good with sales, technology. It's impossible to hire good people these days. And number 6, I'm fine with the way things are. I would like to share a story with you. My co-founder, Dean, she has been in the police force for more than 20 years. And then she realized that she's having a lot of health issues. She has early onset of arthritis. She has fractured her legs, both legs, sometimes one time on the left, then another time on the right. And then she has fractured her elbow. And then she has fainting spells. There was once she went out for recce with her man, and then she ended up fainting. And then the next day she woke up, she saw 5 faces looking down on her. And that's when she realized that she needed to do something about her life. You know, before she started working in the police force, her mom calls her every day, telling her that, when are you going to resign? When are you going to resign? Police force is too dangerous. And then when she climbed her way up the ranks and she became a senior police officer, her mom called her every day and said that, please don't resign, don't resign. So because of that, and then she also grew up hearing her parents say that, you know, hobbies, businesses are only for the rich people. So it's really a big switch when she resigned from the police force and started her own second chapter. And when she started her second chapter, when she resigned from the police force, she actually wanted to just find another job. And then I still remember she was saying, oh, I'll just find another job within 3 months. And that's where we slowed her down. We asked her, what are your passions actually? What can you do to make sure that you know, you're going to plan properly for your second chapter of your life? And so she thought about it, and she realized that she has 2 loves. One is animals, the other one is food. So a lot of people think that by the time she's too old to start something new, but no, she took on a growth mindset, and she learned, she went back to school to learn about nutrition. And I think that course took about 3 years. she had to sacrifice every Saturday, Wednesday, and in between to go and study her nutrition. And then at the same time, she's also afraid of failure and rejection. And even when she's afraid of rejection and failure, she still continues on her journey. So while she's studying for her nutrition, what she does is she started a company that does pet transport. Yeah, can you imagine a senior police officer then suddenly become a pet transport operator? So it was a big shift, but then I think she worked on her mindset very much. And she realized that risk, you can always take calculated risks. No doubt she's not gaining experience in the corporate world, but by working on her passions, she's taking calculated risks. Those are not risks that will sink her, but those are risks that will help her steer her direction. At least being in action, you know whether is it something that you really want or something that you don't want, and then you can adjust accordingly. And she took on a growth mindset because even though she's not good in business, sales, or technology, she realized that she can learn anything that she wants. And when it gets too tough, she can always find people to help her. In fact, these days, you can even hire a virtual CFO to help you with the company. And for those people who thinks that, I'm fine with the way things are, I put it to you that maybe there's a version out there, a better version of you that is waiting to be explored, waiting to be discovered. Because Dean today is a health coach and she's renowned internationally. She has coached in over 10 different countries and she's helping people to reverse high cholesterol, diabetes, and she even won awards for her contributions to others. So when we talk about planning your second chapter of your life, especially when you go into entrepreneurship, it doesn't just start with an idea. There's 3 different pillars of it. What we will suggest is that you heal yourself first. Heal yourself in terms of your physical, your energy, and also your mindset, your belief systems, how you think. Secondly, is how you optimize your flow. And thirdly, is how you take action. And when we believe in really healing yourself, it's really taking an intentional look at your life. An intentional look means you work on achievement and satisfaction. So a lot of times people just feel satisfied with life, but then they realize that they have past achievements, but they're not achieving anything right in the moment. So can you imagine if you still have 30 more years to go in your life, and then at 30 years, you're just depending on reminiscing over your past achievements. So is it possible that you can start something new and start to achieve something that makes you feel empowered, encouraged, creative, unlimited? How interesting would that be? So every journey starts from within. And I would like to ask you in the group chat, who do you believe will be more successful? Somebody who has belief without talent, or somebody who has talent without belief? Well, according to Marissa Peer, one of the top psychotherapists in UK, she's also my mentor. She coaches Olympic athletes, she coaches royalties and people who are high net worth. So she says that with belief, you can do anything. You can actually grow your skill set, you can grow and do a lot of things. But talent without belief, you end up nowhere. So belief also includes abundance mindset. Abundance mindset is also about knowing that there's no scarcity in life. Just like money, what is your belief about money? So if you believe that money is like sand, you imagine a stretch of sand along the beach. You don't keep a bucket of sand and hold on to it when you know that there's a whole lot of sand, the whole stretch of sand for you to play with. So another mentor of mine also mentioned money is actually value times leverage. So value is like the steep of the slope of a river. How fast it comes down is how steep it is. And that's value. So value comes from perhaps innovation or from timing. And then leverage is really about people and leveraging on systems. So understanding yourself, understanding what keeps you in flow is something very crucial to wealth management and also to wealth creation. Another thing that is crucial before you even set out to be a good entrepreneur or to be a high-performing one is really to look at your focus, your decision-making, and your drive. Are you purely rational or emotional? Are you evaluative or just innovative? Are you practical or idealistic? So if you have a piece of paper and pen, you can actually write down on a scale where do you lie within these three aspects? For example, if you're just rational and then you're not emotional, so you're just going on day to day without really noticing your own emotions. That little voice in you that says, I want to do more. I have my own dreams. I have some desires that I want to achieve. These are the little voice that a lot of people overlook, especially when you grow older. Can you give yourself that permission to dream again? Can you give yourself that permission to have ambition again, to achieve something again, and to really be the person that you want to be? Be the person that can be contagious to other people, that kind of sense of perseverance, that kind of motivation, and really be that light in other people's lives. Then when in terms of evaluative and innovative, too many times I feel that a lot of seniors are simply evaluative, which is very good. You know the pros and cons, but is it possible for you to also take some risks? Because some risks do not sink you, they just steer you in the right direction. And also, when you take risks, also understand that you also have that sense of resilience. Don't forget that you have resilience built over the years. Hence, you have the bandwidth to be innovative. It's just a matter of training yourself to be more innovative in that sense. And then drive. Most people are only living day to day, their practical days, and they're very committed to making sure that everything on their day to day is smooth. But can we think long term? Can we have long term meaning to our vision? Can we solve problems, future problems that have yet to arise? Especially when just now we mentioned that there's over 7,000 years of experience collectively that we have here. Entrepreneurship, what I would suggest is not about money making, but it's more about problem solving and giving value to others and changing other people's lives. Even when I was working in 7-Eleven in my younger days, I saw that business as something that is there for seniors. When seniors cannot read, they'll come to the shop. When migrant workers lost their job, they come to the shop again to ask for a job. When some women get abused, they come during the day to tell us their stories, and we just happen to have a listening ear. So businesses have really a lot of power to make changes in the world. And all of us can just do our small little bits, just like how Dean did it. And she's currently working on the goal of good health and well-being, because we really believe in getting people to be wiser, stronger, and getting people to live everyday living life.
Hi, Jules. If I can get you to summarize, I think you're on the last slide as well.
Correct. So in summary, Surfing 60s actually start with conscious exploration and inner work. There's a difference between achievement and satisfaction, and every journey is unique. Yeah. So maybe you share in the group chat, what's your big insight, and perhaps what would you like to do about that. And then next steps, if you are shy in asking questions publicly, just ask us privately, and I'll try my best to give you support in whatever way that you need. So thank you, and over to you, Lyquin.
Thank you, Jules. Thanks for sharing and for basically creating the space, for us to share our thoughts. And I actually felt quite encouraged from the words of affirmation that people type in the chat group. So with that, I would like to introduce our next speaker or next speakers. We actually have Richard and Ian with us to share with us about Cool Beans, savoring the elderpreneurship journey together. So Richard is a former regional business manager in the IT industry. He responded to the retrenchment head-on in 2016 by taking the opportunity to launch an online coffee business with his wife, Ian, who is a former PR executive. So besides co-owning the artisanal cold brew coffee startup with Richard, Ian is also an avid upcycler and actually a part-time model as well. So can we have, if we just welcome Richard and Ian to share with us about their entrepreneurship journey and their other passions. So hi, Richard. Let's get brewing with your sharing. Hi, Richard.
Yeah. Hello. Hey, hi, Lyquin. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Richard, and my wife, Bien, is next to me, and we're gonna share a little bit about our journey in 1 Degree C. So 1 Degree C is actually cold brew coffee and cold tea business that my wife and I founded back in 2016. To give you a little bit more idea about 1 degree C, I like to share a little video. This video was made by a very young team. Two young people in their 20s. They approached us to do a video about 1 degree C. They're from this company called 250 Films. They're really, really good. And you have a look at this video. So Lyquin, please play the video. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. We'll wait for the video to load. So give us a while.
1 degree C was started in 2016. It came about when I was abruptly retrenched from my company. I was already 54 years old, and to find another job was really, really difficult because I needed to provide for my family.
I told him, you have to focus on one thing only, whether you want to do your own business or you want to still continue to look for jobs. So we decided to plunge into this and try it out. And yeah, that's how it came about.
As a small company, the only way to grow and to gain awareness is to partner with people that have very unique things.
We feel that if we can help other SMEs, we want to be able to pay it forward in whatever way possible, whether by collaborating with them or just putting their products online on their behalf.
What 1 degree C means to me is really a brand that my wife and I have started together. If this business was to affect our marriage, then we would give up the business because the marriage is more important than the business itself. We've learned so much and we're still continuing to learn day by day. And for someone like Yen and I who are very curious about new things, it is really beneficial. It also shows that people that are old can still learn.
To everyone who wants to start a business, I think you should go for it. If your business fails, it's fine. You can get yourself up because for every failure, you always learn something and become a stronger person.
I would say it's so much easier nowadays compared to the past. Now you can set up an online store very quickly and you can reach out to so many customers. So it's a lot easier to do business today than compared to the past.
But I think most important for everyone who wants to do their business, you must have passion, you must believe in your product, and you have to know your business.
Hello, I hope you all enjoyed that little video. It gives you some summary of our thoughts and our journey. So the next segment, I'd like to talk about 3 things. So I'd like to talk about, my motivation, the challenges that, we have faced, and also perhaps give a little bit of advice to, seniors who are thinking of starting their own business. So when I was retrenched, I was 54 years old. So at that point in time, I still felt that I was still quite young and still had a lot of energy. I wanted to do something maybe outside of what I've been very used to. So I was in the IT and telco line for more than 25 years. So so I decided that let's look for something that's quite different. And at that point in time, cold brew coffee was something that was happening very big in the US, but not in Singapore yet. So Yen and I, investigated and we decided that maybe this is a segment that we should go into. So and there's always been my dream to sort of start your own business. So I was like deliberating between starting your own business or to also look for work. But Yen, being the very wise person, says that Richard, you have to focus. You can't have your feet in 2 sampans. You will not be successful. So you either focus on one thing or you give up the other. So we decided, yes, let's embark on this cold brew business. So cold brew coffee was new to us, new to Singapore. At that point in time, the only people that were selling cold brew coffee were cafes. And then we decided that let's do some market research, and we went around to try all the cold brew coffee, not only in Singapore but in places outside of Singapore. We went to Malaysia, we went to Thailand, and even to Australia to try cold brew coffee. And one of the things that we realized that cold brew coffee is unique to every single country, and that we had to do a lot of taste tests. So, before we started the business, we had a lot of taste tests. We invited friends, even got friends to invite their friends to come to try our coffee and to, focus on the right thing to do. So, it was really a challenge, to be honest, because having worked in an MNC, you have a lot of resources. But, when starting your own business, it's only, Yen and myself. So it's just only two of us. So there is really a mindset change. So we looked at the business in a very, in a 4P mindset. Let's look at the product. How do we create a product? So, we talked to a lot of baristas, and we look at YouTube videos to develop the product and do a lot of taste tests. Then pricing was also an issue, because we realized that, we're not only selling to, end customers, but also selling to cafes. So that was another area. Then we looked at the place. We decided that our target segment were millennials, people that were like 18 to 35. And to reach them, we had to, use online business. And, we are not young. So therefore, doing, Facebook and Instagram was something that was new to us. So we had to get help from other people. And lucky enough, we found our son's good friend, Kevin. And Kevin was in his early 30s, and he really helped us. So there was also this ability to, work with someone young to understand the mindset, particularly our customers. And finally, promotion. So this was an area that we had to focus, and, we really didn't have much money when we first started. So we did a lot of things like barter, like, when we built our website, actually it was our daughter helped us to build the first website. So she was working for a digital marketing company, and we didn't have money to pay. So we paid the company in cold brew. So they were kind enough to, to accept us. And the last thing is I want to talk about is, advice to seniors. I think there are a few things that, need to do. One is, I think, the mindset change. Really, if you, like myself, been in the corporate world, starting your own business, you are left with very little resources. You have to be very, resourceful, innovative. And one of the things I would encourage you to do is, don't be afraid to ask for help. There are a lot of people out there who feel like myself at a point in time, very paiseh to ask. But actually, when you ask for help, there are a lot of people out there willing to come forward to help you. So, and we did find a lot of help from, people that we didn't know, like the two young people who from 250 Films. They did this video for us for free. And we also got, young people to do photographs, really, really nice photographs. And, even like our first corporate presentation was done by someone whom we didn't know. So one of the things that also need to do is to upskill in terms of your skill set. Like, we ourselves, Yen and I, took a lot of courses using our Skill Future Fund. So don't be afraid to use your Skill Future to, enhance your skill. So yeah, so those are the advice that I would probably give to, people wanting to start their business.
Thank you, Richard. I think I hear you very much about, the word paiseh. Sounds like, we are very paiseh, but we don't have to be paiseh, right? I think it's about, we're going into a business, we might have some fears, or we might not have the strengths that we thought we need, or the skills. But hey, we need to be fearless to, I would say, chong forward. So hearing that you and Yen have actually done that. So what actually, where do you then see your business going in future then? So you have established 1 degree C to now. So where do you see 1 degree C in future?
There's one thing that is within our DNA of our company is really this thought about recycling. So something that we have started is that we currently recycle the bottles that we have. So customers can return to us the bottles, and I guess we are one of the very few cold brew company that accepts the return bottles. At the same time, what we've done is that we try to repurpose our coffee grounds. And we've done, not only, we made soaps, we work with someone, a very young person, to develop, soap using coffee grounds. At the same time, our herbs, our waste herbs, we also make that into soaps. So we're looking more and more to develop products that encourages people to think about recycling, and for us to also to spread the news that it's good to recycle. And I think it's very innovative of us to go that direction. So, and even one of the things that we believe very strongly is we want to encourage and work with people with disabilities or special needs. I think that's something that's very dear to our heart. So this is one area that we like to focus on going forward into the future, and maybe to help them to create their own little business, with us.
Okay, sounds like you have values and ethics very dear to you that you hope to see in your business that will actually drive it forward. So thank you, Richard. And now I'd like to have a chat with Yan. Hi, Yan. Maybe you come more into the middle. I think a lot of people recognize you. So now your husband is the man behind the woman. So I'm sure just now you were saying you are quite eager to share your journey, to start the journey with Richard. We heard from quite a bit from him. So I think most people do recognize you, and if those who don't, actually Yan can tell us a little bit more about herself, because she has been featured quite a lot in media recently, and she's known as a grandfluencer. So Yan, maybe you share with us while I share some pictures, okay, of how good you look, how you can inspire us with your fashion. Yan, we can share.
So, do you want me to
talk
about how I became an influencer?
That's how you got started.
Okay, hello everyone, nice meeting all of you. Okay, actually my journey started in 2016, late 2016. A young local designer actually approached me and said, can I be one of her so-called models to showcase her indigo t-shirt collection. I think if she had asked of me maybe 30, 40 years ago, I would have said no for sure, because I'm actually very camera shy. I'm an introvert. But I guess at that point in time in 2016, at age 63, I told myself, what is there to lose? I'm 63 years old, and having been camera shy all my life, I told myself, I think I have to face my fears, challenge myself to get out of my comfort zone. So I just said yes. And yeah, when we went there, there were a group of so-called, the models were actually ordinary people, and I was the oldest lah. But anyway, so just go with it, do my best, that's all. And when the pictures were posted, a photographer actually saw me and said that he wanted to do some test shoots on me. So he did that, and then I got my first commercial shoot in 2020 during COVID for a company that manufactures masks. It's called 1929 Mask, and it was for their National Day collection. So after that, there was a bit of a slowdown, and then because of 1 Degree C that we started, we actually got a lot of media coverage. And another designer, Valerie Wang, she's also an influencer. She actually saw me on Mothership, so she contacted me and said, can we collaborate? So the word collaborate actually caught my attention, because we are a small setup, and of course any collaboration is good for our business. So I said, okay, as long as you can showcase my bottles, I will do whatever you want. So she said, okay, will you wear my clothes for my Christmas collections? So I said, okay. So that was in year 2020 in December. And then when she posted it and the videos came out, I received several media coverage, editorial, fashion shoots, commercial shoots. That's how it got started. So because of the media coverage that we received for 1 degree C and my modeling, most of the questions that I got were like, oh, at this age you're an entrepreneur. Oh, at this age you're still upcycling. You have this hobby, upcycling and recycling. You're exercising. You are cafe hopping. You're modeling. And so it got me thinking. Maybe I should start my own Instagram called Grey Evolution. I mean, it's more to actually journal what I've been doing or what I'm doing, so that hopefully I can at least encourage people my age to, face your fears, like I did. Get out of your comfort zones, challenge yourself. We are still young, we're still alive, and we're still capable of learning and doing new things. So just go with it, learn new skills.
Thanks, Yen. So you mentioned, I think as part of the journey, you started your Grey Evolution Instagram. So we actually have that tag down there, so you can actually see more of her photos, because I see a lot of compliments in the chat group for Yen.
Thank you.
Yen, so you talk about modeling, you talk about, I think first and foremost, 1 degree C with your husband, with Richard. You have modeling, upcycling. So how do you actually manage your time? You've got so many passions, so many hobbies. How do you actually manage your time?
Actually, okay, upcycling and recycling. Previously, we had a house with a garden, so we were actually picking up furniture from garbage bins along the side road. Big furnitures like dining table, wardrobe, sideboards, and we'll pick them up, we'll send them down, we'll refurbish them and create into something reusable or usable. I mean, I was a housewife before I started 1DC, so I had a lot of time. So get me out of trouble, you see, and keep me active at the same time. So that's why I did it. But it got to a point where our furniture pieces and all those were like too much, in the house. So we decided to actually sell them on Carousel. And we sold them at a very affordable price, because we wanted like-minded people, who believe in recycling items, who believe in social responsibility to actually own them. So that's what we did. Now with 1 degree C, Grey Evolution, and my so-called modeling, and because we've moved to a smaller house with no garden, we have actually not gone into upcycling and recycling as much. So our most recent pick was actually a pair of dining chairs from a bin somewhere near our house, and because we needed 2 chairs, so we brought it back, and then we resanded it and just cut off whatever parts we didn't want, so that it will match our dining area. So that was it. Yeah.
Okay, so for those who wants to get an idea of what Yen and Richard did, well, here's some pictures, so you can see that, wow, you can see the transformation from the furniture items from before to how it looks like. There's and then I think there's quite a bit of vintage feel to it as well. So they really look beautiful. And I think, Yen, you did mention to me before when we were chatting that your family is actually involved in your projects. So you get really good family support, and that actually motivates you as well for continuing this journey.
Yes, if you can see there's this long pallet table on the right, before and after, right on top. Yeah, those are made out of pallet wood. So we just sanded them down, and it's actually two big pieces. And the reason why we created 2 instead of 1 long one is because it has to be brought to JB for my son's ice cream shop. So we have to like fit into a car to go across the causeway. So that was one of the projects. There was one time when it was the first day of Chinese New Year. My son, my daughter just got married, and they moved to a new house. So my husband and I, we went to visit our uncle at somewhere in Toa Payoh, and after we parked the car, as we were walking past a garbage bin, we saw this set of thick wood furniture, and they were all in good condition, except that it didn't have one side table. So we called our daughter immediately and said, hey, there's this thick wood table, you know, do you want it? And she said, yes, yes, yes. So, okay, after visiting our uncle, we went back home, changed into our t-shirts and shorts, and then we went back there, you know, and we got the whole set back, sanded it down, give it a nice varnish, and yeah, you've got a brand new set of furniture in the house. So
Wow.
that's fun. Yeah.
Wow. So I think what I hear from you is, I think just now, Richard talk about don't be paiseh. You know, I think it's about you know, it's not about you know, it's about an eye for details, and you feel that there's something good that can come out of it. Sounds like, you know, upcycling is really a good passion, and coupled with interest and skills, right? Something that can, you know, that translate into something beautiful that you can showcase to people. So again, with this, you know, with all your businesses and your hobbies, right, what do you think then you'll be doing in next year, in the year 2022?
Well, I've got wheels and I'm still alive. I'll be doing, you know, still running 1 degree C, grey evolution, cafe hopping, but there's another new area that I like to embark on, and that is for grey evolution. I would like to plan more workshops. Workshops to, you know, empower seniors to feel good about themselves. Like, for example, skincare and daily makeup. I just feel that, you know, there are a lot of us, you know, me, for example, I at age 60, I tell myself, no one's going to look at me, you know, who's going to look at me, you know, I can dress shabbily, I can look shabbily, you know, no one will want to look at you. But on the other hand, it's like, why should I do that? You know, I'm still alive, you know. Why do I want to do that? Because it will be very demoralizing as time goes on, that, you know, no one is noticing you. So I feel that, you know, skincare, daily makeup, you know, will actually make us look good outside, and when we look good outside, we feel good inside. And also how to dress fashionably at our age. And I also want to actually conduct workshops, you know, on skills like soap making and candle making, which is very relevant now, and people are buying these things. So we seniors can actually learn this and actually have a home-based business out of it. It will keep us active and at the same time earn some money. So why not? So these are some of the workshops that I plan to do, you know, once COVID, once post-COVID. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Sounds like we can continue to look for opportunities, whether it's for hobbies, interests, or translating them into business. So thank you, Richard and Ian, for sharing. And now I think we are going into our question and answer segment. There's a lot of comments and we have quite a few questions. And if I may just read out some of them, and actually I do have one question on my mind as well, specifically for Jules to answer, just summarizing that as well, because I was just thinking, you mentioned we talk about silver entrepreneurship and the tools or skills. What happens if we do not have those skills yet? Is there a community of like silver entrepreneur mentors or any enterprises that we can actually approach, you know, that can actually help us to get started, or any other platforms that we can actually, you know, just do a further exploration? Jules?
Thank you for the question, Michael. And I think it came from one of the business as well, right? Yeah. So basically, in Singapore, I think there's only, in general, there's a lot of entrepreneurship programs out there. But for seniors, I think specifically for seniors and the different types of seniors, I don't think there's much targeted ones. One that I can recommend is really from Social Collider. They are doing a course on social entrepreneurship, which I feel that a lot of seniors, they do a lot of volunteer work, but they don't realize that they can also make money while serving others, while taking on certifications, while taking on new skills. So this is something that we would like to explore further.
Okay, so there are actually revenues, and if I understand a little bit more as well, you know, it's about doing I think we talk about resources as well. So it's about really don't hesitate to find the resources to actually help to build up those skills and strength. I do have some more questions as well. This one, let me just take a look. In any significance for the brand name in 1 degree C? I think branding is also a very important part of the setting up entrepreneurship. So any significance? A quick one, Richard.
Okay. Actually, when we first started the business back in 2016, or before we started the business, we were deciding on what name to call it. So Yen came to me one morning and said, let's call our new company, a cold brew company, 4 degrees C. I said, why 4 degrees C? He says, you look at our fridge, it says 4 degree on our fridge. Then I said, 4 degree cannot have a 4 when you start a business. It's not going to be very successful. Then I said, okay, let's change it to 1 degree. Then she said, why 1 degree? She said, Singapore is 1 degree north of the equator. And C, can stand for, cold brew coffee, or can stand for community, charity, collaborate, chill. So to us, 1 degree C is actually a Singaporean cold brew company. So that was why we're called 1 degree C. I hope I answered the question.
Okay, yeah, that's quite an interesting angle to how we can be creative, I would say, to think about how we want the business to be. It all starts from the brand name itself. And I have something that is quite interesting. I think when we think about recycling, upcycling, we need to find things. So what if we actually have a lot of things that we collected over time? We might even forget that they're actually sentimental to us. So some might even say that it's actually hoarding or something. So any advice for helping us to get rid of the things that how do we start to get rid of things? Maybe Yen and Richard, you can share how do we get started?
Yeah, I mean, every single piece that we've actually collected and refurbished, obviously we like it because I mean, we put a lot of sweat into it. But at some point in time, you just have to tell yourself, you have to let it go. You can't have 20 chairs, who's going to sit, things like that. So we decided, why not just sell it to people who will also appreciate it, so it doesn't go to waste, and that it's gone to a so-called good family. So why not? So I think you can, if you have more than one item of the same kind, why not do a business out of it? Sell it on Carousel. Yeah. At our age, I don't think we need so many things anyway.
I think at any age, we just probably need to take stock, and for the things that we don't really need, yes, maybe we can consider give away. Even for the things that we think that we do need, hey, maybe the idea of sharing, maybe the idea of transformation. I think transformation is also a part of a value of getting a business started. Let me take a look at some other questions. Maybe something that is I can ask Richard, right? If you can change one thing that you did earlier, what would it be? I would say maybe change one thing that you did earlier in setting up your business or getting a business started. What would it be?
Me.
No, I would say that there are not a lot of things I would change, but where I would put more emphasis was probably getting more people involved in the business. Just the two of us, is quite limiting. It's just we had another person, Kevin. So, but build a bigger team and have more different views, a different mindset, and also to get people with different skill sets. Like Yen and I have very, very different skill sets. She's more handles all the brewing, back-end operations, when I would take care of perhaps the sales and the delivery and the finance part. But like things like social media, which is very, very important, we would have perhaps build a bigger team, go into more channels, and also look at inventory and stock. We didn't have a lot of money when we first started, so we're limited by that. Maybe if we had gone out and seek maybe some venture funding or whatever, we would have grown a lot bigger and faster, and my hair would be as white as Yen. So but we didn't go down that path. We let it grow naturally. So that's perhaps some of the things that we would have done differently if we would have gone back in time.
So Richard, if I may just synthesize, so it's about your personal resources as well as keeping a lookout or finding more formal support or resources. Something that, I think you mentioned about upscaling as well, Skills Future Credit, a call out to everyone to make sure to use your Skills Future credits. Maybe Jules, is there any formal, more structured support, whether it's from the private sector or from the government sector, that that actually helps to fund or even to just build up even a very small business or even a very small idea to help seniors to get started? Jules?
I think definitely there are a lot out there. Even SUSS, I think they are in the process. I'm not sure if they already it's already out there, but they also have some entrepreneurship programs where they sponsor the entrepreneur for a few months and then for them to build up the ideas. And even for Singapore, there's a lot of grants out there. Even for first-time entrepreneurs, there's a grant that they can tap on. I think it can be up to about 25K for first-time entrepreneurs. So I think definitely there's areas that people can check out depending on where they stand and what they are interested in.
Okay, thank you, Jules. So it's about, again, trying to look out for resources. And I think Richard mentioned about don't be afraid to approach younger people. So I guess you do have your children to actually help you. And where do you actually, how do you find the strength or the courage to approach younger people? Are they also entrepreneurs like yourself, or you just know them through your connections?
I think we are very fortunate that, the cold brew business that we're in, we target millennials. So they are generally younger people than us. And, because we try to build a very personal relationship with every customer and also with different partners. So I guess, everything starts with a cup of coffee, good conversation and friendship. So we are in the right business of starting conversations. So that's how things get started, and people come and chat with us, over a cold brew, and then we from there, if there is like-mindedness or there is similar thoughts or vision, then it becomes very easy. But generally, I would say that most of the time when people want to collaborate or work with us, they approach us. Perhaps we look like the kind that needs help. So, being old, you sometimes feel a bit paiseh when some young guys say, hey, uncle, auntie, I come and help you. Or, there are times when people say, hey, I come and work for you. Then I said, we have no money to pay. So don't worry about pay. Just let me work for you. I want to learn. And we feel a bit like, very hard. So we try our best. So, I like to say that what has made 1°C very different is the fact that we work with a lot of younger people, and it's a slightly different mindset. I mean, I would say younger people have a fearless mindset, meaning that, for them, they can try their best. If they fail, they can start again. But for someone like ourselves, me and Yen, we are fearful because, we have a lot of investments and, also our I guess, our lead time, or sorry, our time for going forward is also very limited. So I guess, so that's the difference between, fearless and fearful. So we've probably, I think, Yen and I fall in the fearful, side of the camp, where the younger people are the fearless. So this intergenerational mix actually makes, starting a business very interesting, and, having that collaboration. And, I spoke earlier about Kevin, who helped us. I think this is one of the things that really made us different from how we would done it on our own.
I think, and also,
A quick one, Yen, to summarize.
Going forward, we of course we would like to expand, and that's when we will obviously include younger people into the business, be it partnership, be it, collaboration, or engaging them. We will definitely include them in, because they are the ones who will probably be able to. We have a big vision, but there's only two of us. We need more people to bring the big vision to fruition.
Okay, thank you, Richard and Yan and Jules,
Thank you.
for sharing. So for those who would like to contact them to find out more, you do feel free to approach them. So I'd like to move on to the next speaker. So we actually have Hock Lin with us. So to introduce Hock Lin, he will share about active aging and well-being and meaningful well-being for meaningful aging. So Hock Lin is the chief of EnvisAGE and oversees the operations arm of this national movement, driving community engagement and programming through the sports centers. So prior to this, he engineered the development of the Active Aging Master Plan and established a new Active Masters division to bring active aging to the masses. During the circuit breaker last year, Mr. Seng or Hock Lin led Ops Sayang to provide alternative living areas for foreign workers in the sports facilities. So Hock Lin is currently a PhD candidate in gerontology at SUSS and was the chairman of SUSS Gerontology Alumni. So if I can invite Hock Lin to share, to say hi and share.
Hey, hi everyone. Thanks Lyquin for the kind introduction, and congratulations to SUSS and Nlb for the wonderful seminar they are organizing. Before I go on further, maybe I'll invite Lyquin to share a video to show all of you what Active Master and also how we promote community sports to our seniors with the public. Lyquin, can you just show that video?
Sure.
Thank you very much, Lyquin, and I hope that through that short video, you can give you a sense of what is the kind of energy our older adults have, and also the key message is that aging is not a liability and the force for good. All right, and we look at all the possibility of our older adults, and every seniors can exercise regardless of what is their physical or their mental status. All right, and maybe I just pull out my slides and then I'll start my sharing. Right. So to start off, I want to share a little bit about EnvisAGE. We are one of the major group in under Sports SG, and we, like Lyquin had just introduced, that we are in charge of the whole national movement for sports and physical activity for our Singaporeans and our residents in Singapore. And today we want to talk about active aging, and just to share with you some data that we have. Since we set up our Active Master 2 years ago, our memberships have reached about close to more than 500,000, from 40 years old to 49, and 60 years old is about 200,000+, and 41% of our our members are actually 40 years old and above. And for active master, we don't call seniors, we call our patrons as a master. All right, and we start at 40 years old because we want to do more upstream invitation as well as intervention. All right, and you can see the representative of the demographics. I will not go through the details, but those shade of the colors give you a sense of the numbers of the density of the EnvisAGE members within our island where they stay. And the key from these slides is to show that basically we are tracking using data analytics to understand our members better so that we can understand their needs and how to tweak our programs and to suit all these needs within the different localities. This is a quick framework of what we are doing. First, like I mentioned, is that aging is not a liability, but a force for good. All right, you can do entrepreneurship, and you can do sports, you can do exercise, and you can still learn a new skills. All right, and we are not limited by aging, and it's all about possibility. So what the three key things here I want to mention is that number one, we want to connect our seniors to be even stronger seniors through sports. All right. Second is about building the confidence of our seniors as we grow older. Second one is that seniors can still contribute by helping others and fulfill life through sports, giving them meaning and purpose. And to sustain this whole ecosystem, my personal belief is that seniors lead seniors. All right. And together we can create a sustainable ecosystem to promote this whole active aging through connection, through confidence, and through contribution. And what have we achieved so far since 2011 to 2018, before COVID? You can see that the number of the percentage of participation in sports and exercise at least once a week have we have moved up the curve. We call this curve a bit of bathtub effect. All right, you see that when we start to work, our exercise rate of exercise, actually frequency of exercise reduced. All right, but over time you can see that it has go up, and that's a good indication, especially from 40 years old to 65, and you can see more people walking and doing Tai Chi and all this exercise, which is a positive trend. But what can we do better? Well, that was a good, I think is not good enough. The WHO recommendation is that every one of us have to do about 150 minutes per week, all right, based on doing exercise that's a bit moderately vigorous intensity. So, and if you look from the data, actually the pre-seniors are not doing enough, all right, those seniors before 60, and although seniors quite mid, I think there's still area for improvement, all right, and why? Because walking itself is not enough. We need to do a variety of exercise, such as strengthening exercise to make sure that we retain our muscle mass, and of course with diet, and balance is important. So we need to do balance, and as well as flexibility, all right, because like stretching exercise, strength, balance, and flexibility to give a more comprehensive way to energize our body system and to maintain our vitality as well as our energy. All right. The other one is about the participation with the family, and can be definitely while pre-seniors is pretty high compared to national average, but as a social aspect to physical activity and exercise and sports, definitely that's also one area that we can improve, inclusive of playing with our neighbors and our colleagues, right? Because when we grow old, what we need most, not just physical health, is the social health, and we need friends, right? A little bit moving on is to share a bit of the strategies and the thinking behind some of the things that we are doing. So in EnvisAGE, we have this idea of program as a strategy, and I come up with this we call a diamond framework. we have this online and offline interaction. And way before COVID, we started to think about how we can do online in a more localized context, suitable for the needs of that segment of the population, in this case, our older adults, as well as the locality and the environments around. And offline, so that we can also introduce Zoom, like in this COVID situation, where seniors cannot get out, but we get out of their home, but they can also do exercise and participate through their virtual platform. And on the other side, it's about interest, based on their interest group. And you can see that it's not just about exercise or physical activity, type of pure activity, but it also includes urban farming, fishing. And because all these are embedded with physical activities, because some of the seniors have a lot of barriers they have not tried coming to the sports center before, and that's how we also created urban farming plots for seniors to grow plants at the plot within our swimming pool, and they take ownership, and those movement actually helps them to strengthen. You know how many times they have to stand and squat, and then those harvests, what we have done together is then contribute to a nearby nursing home or home for autism or who may need some of these harvests, and then it's sort of contribute to the community. And the other side is on the segment, you can see that seniors are also wide range, pre-frail, a little bit frail and less mobility. But what we did was we have this idea of adapted sports, and sports is about play, about rules, about competition. So if we can modify the play, adapt the rules, we can still compete. Because when we compete, actually we bring out the best in the senior, and everyone can win. It's not just about doing exercise, but it's also about this whole engagement of teamwork, and also this idea of doing the best we can. And this is that spirit. And we have also introduced work with AIC as well as the nursing home to introduce these adaptive sports to the nursing home and as well as the SAC. And we have also done introduced the community. So just give you a sense of what are the programs and the popular ones in EnvisAGE. So right in the center is this square stepping that we work with the Japanese universities and introducing this to our community. And this is really something that seniors love a lot, and it's now practiced widely in the community. Of course, during this period, it's a little bit reframed or restrained, but hopefully once we open, we can invite more seniors to come in. And that includes swimming interest group, strengthening exercise, and senior can do Zumba too. We do have equivalent aqua exercise or water exercise in the swimming pool. All right. So what is that overall bigger strategy that we have is on the top left. You can see that within EnvisAGE, we have a few capabilities. We have active master that serve the senior. We have sports care is one division that use sports to care. Care for who? Care for people with disability, people with autism, special needs, as well as isolated seniors. All right, and we have an arm called Ting Nila, which is a volunteering arm. And of course, active health that look at the health and wellness of our members. All right. So, and then what we alone, we cannot only do so much. What we need to do is to partner with all the stakeholders, including the regional health group and all the community health PAs and HPB to come together, AIC to come together to deliver the programs to our community. All right. And underneath is that research and innovation, so that we can do program evaluation as well as validate our theory and create knowledge, so that we can build that whole knowledge ecosystem. Active health is also involved not just about pre and post assessment, so that the seniors are aware that, you know, whether I'm walking better, my gait is better, and is my muscle loss better retain, or are we losing more muscle? And of course, giving them good advice and coaching on their health, their diet, their nutrition, their sleep. So provide a support to our seniors. All right. So Active Health is also partnering community like the PA and the health regionals group in the different sports center like OTH Tampines, Bedok, and then to create a more wider impact together with all these partners. On the right side, you can see some of the square stepping from the university in Japan. So it's basically looks simple, but trust me, if you try, it takes some memory. So test as well as psychomotor skills to make sure that you can follow the steps, and there are different degree of difficulty. All right, and I encourage every one of you to give a try, young or old, and I can assure you that it's not as easy as what it seems. And definitely have its utility in dementia prevention. Is an evidence-based program, and we continue. We also work with Changi General Hospital on Steady Fit to how to walk better, as well as Gym Tonic, working with them Foundation and the other setup.
Pauline, if I can invite you to, I think you have a few more slides if you want to bring us through quickly as well with your other initiatives for active aging.
Yeah, so I will not repeat on the square stepping. These are some of the programs for our seniors in the community, and that include befriending isolated seniors. And since they don't want to come out, then we may want to we partner our SSA and other agency like Lion Befriender to introduce sports and play, so to encourage the seniors to come out of their home. And beside exercise, like I say, the other area is about how then can senior lead senior and contribute. So we have started a senior silver champion scheme, all right, and so that they can have an opportunity to volunteer, learn new skills, like just now what was being discussed, and then contribute and encourage seniors. And we have a little bit of volunteer allowance for to support their transportation and meals. And this Silver Champion scheme have been launched 2 years ago and is picking up traction. And I will invite our seniors who are considering to do something meaningful to join us, to volunteer through sports. All right. And yeah, these are some of the pictures. So there are different platforms for our volunteers. So they can also volunteer in our active health, at our sports centers, and cause that they really resonate strongly, like serving in working with the people with special needs, people with disability, or sports that they're really passionate about, or they want to pick up a new sports. They can do dancing and any other sports or like that they desire. So this is one good example of Mr. Paul. All right, Uncle Paul. And he volunteered in this called Playability, basically to help our sports care people with disability and special needs to play badminton, because he himself loves badminton. All right, so this is the idea of connecting with people and then contributing through sports. And many seniors actually find a lot of meaning and purpose doing that. So I encourage, if you are considering to do volunteerism, to give this a thought. And I come to the end of my presentation. 3 key points: growing older with confidence, all right, through sports, helping others and fulfilling life as a contribution through sports, and then connecting with seniors and others through sports. And at the end of the day, aging is not a liability, but it's a force for good. I will just stop here, and then there are some apps here to show the resources here. If you are at home, you definitely still can exercise through the virtual programs that we have provided. And I'll stop here, and thank you very much for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Hock Ling. Thank you for sharing that active aging is actually a force for good. And we definitely want to encourage and support our seniors to continue to engage in sports and physical activities for meaningful aging. So for now, we actually have the very role models that you talked about, about active aging with us. And they are here to share their story about how they are never too old. There's a story of Team Strong Silvers. So Team Strong Silvers has 6 members, Robert, who's the team facilitator, the gentleman on the right. And we have the founding member, Mr. Ng, and the other members, Victor, Mr. Tian, Mr. Ngai, and Mr. Peng. So Team Strong Silvers was set up to encourage seniors not just to age gracefully, but basically to inspire them to thrive with fitness even in old age. So more than that, the team aims to break against the ageist stereotypes of older people and hopefully motivate young people to take their health seriously. We actually have Robert here who will share with us about the story, and Victor, Mr. Ng and Mr. Qian, who will share their experiences with us shortly after that. So Robert, please tell us more about Team Strong Silvers.
Hi, okay, you can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Okay, basically, thanks for inviting us. It's great to be here among you all. Okay, hopefully we can inspire you all to do a bit more for yourselves lah. Okay, so I'm gonna share a screen now. Just briefly bring you all through our story, how the whole concept and all that started, and then from there on, right, you all can ask the team members lah. Then if you got any more questions, also you can also ask me. Okay, yeah. Be lively, yeah, because I think we're the last for the day, and don't fall asleep on me lah. Okay, let's go. Okay. Can the host allow me to share or not? Hello. Host.
Felix, if you can assist with that.
Hi, yeah, just give us a moment. We will try to set the rights for you.
Okay. No worries, no worries. Yeah. Okay, in the meantime, you see that behind me? That's Gym Tonic. Yeah.
Yeah, they look like very modern equipment that we can use. Are they also, can seniors actually use that?
Yes, actually it's meant for seniors.
I see.
Yeah. Then depending where you stay, if you're Bukit Batok resident, please come and join here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Robert, you can share your slides now.
Okay, let's see if I can share. Yes. Let's share. Okay, what's happening?
Hi, Robert. You can actually press the full screen button on the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you.
Full screen, bottom right hand. Is that the one? Okay. What's happening here? Okay.
There is a button that looks like a screen projector. It's next to, on the left of the minus and plus.
No problem.
Sure,
because
thank you.
I was a bit thrown off by the taskbar. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are all happy to hear your sharing.
Yep. Okay, let's start. So sorry about that. Okay. So basically this is our story. We've already been around for like 8 years. Yep. Okay, so initially when we first started, right, actually I was actually working in with PA, and I was handling active aging. So we were like kind of wondering how we handle this thing, you see, of active aging. So the thing is, you always see things more for the other age groups. You know, like for kids, you have lots of stuff to encourage them to eat healthy, live healthily, you know. Like back in the day, it was a lazy town, okay, things like that. Then, but we noticed that for seniors, right, you don't actually see a lot of things out there. And even if you do, right, it's like once in a while, a newspaper article here and there, and it's always like, oh, this one senior is so strong, you know. And so when you have things like that, you ask yourself, how about something that's more sustainable for the seniors, you know, and things like, even if you do have groups also, they just come on once off, either newspaper article or, as at that time we were starting, there was a bit of YouTube and some Facebook, you know, and maybe some web news lah. But anyway, if you look at the bottom picture, right, actually you also see a lot of encouragement about how people triumph over sickness. And I think this is also an active SG thing also lah, back then, a Vision 2030. Okay, that also inspired us. So we thought, can we do something similar in our CC, but with a difference? That means rather than start off with someone that's with illness, right? How about just being fit, you know, start off on a positive note. Okay, so we got together a group of uncles from the neighborhood. Okay, and if you see the one with the biggest dumbbell, actually not the biggest dumbbell, it's the angle of the shoot. That's Mr. Ng. Okay, he was among the first that we call up. Then there's Mr. Ong wearing specs, and then another Mr. Ng, the youngest one. Okay, so from oldest to youngest. So we started off with the idea of starting off as a motivational team. Okay, but back then it was very age-centric and very geo-specific, meaning really serve our constituency. Okay, so we were also quite active on the Facebook and here and there, you know, and so we got some attention. We got them on the news, and then we said, hey, you know, this concept actually works, you know, where we can bring attention to the seniors and to show that really, you know, you really do have more fun if you are healthy, you see. Because like, besides just sports, right, if you want to go out outing, you know, like bring them out for tours and all that, educational trips and all that, you do need to be healthy and fit, you know, because if you are neither, right, then it'll be a real challenge, you know. And so as you can see from there, actually in the first panel, right, you can actually see that Mr. Ong, he was actually featured in a TV show back then in Channel 8. It was called Silver Service. That was in year 2011. Okay, if you go in the archives, maybe you can still find that. Okay. Then in the final bottom one was how we spread the message was every time during health screening, right, we will kind of bring the three uncles out to promote our senior gym. It was a hydraulics gym then. Okay, that one is senior safe because no impact. Techno Gym, Easy Line. Okay, I'm not too sure if the company is still around, but at this point in time, everywhere is gym tonic. Okay, yeah. Okay, moving on. October 2013. Okay, that was when we decided, hey, you know, why just be stuck in one place, one group? With social media, right? You can do more, you can expand more. So why not reach out to all ages, or everywhere? Okay, so we were on actually for us, we started off mostly on Facebook. Okay, that was in 2013, and that time also, if you can see the uncle wearing the spectacles with the white hair, that's Mr. Ngai. Okay, so he joined us in 2013, and that is the original lineup the original three as Team Strong Silvers. Okay, then we got featured on Yahoo News, and from that time on, January 2014, that time on, okay, we kind of went viral. Okay, and as you can see, right, for us, okay, we do work with a lot of people. Okay, and also we join some of those young exercise teams. Okay, some of those teams are no longer around. Like just now, who was it? Juliana, is it? She was saying that the senior teams or senior businesses lasted longer, right? Well, here we are after 8 years. Okay, so again, like I said, we work with everybody, whoever is I mean, if you're legit and you're really promoting health, right, fitness and all that, we are very keen to work with you all. Okay, we work with you all. So you can see that we work with NUH, Active SG quite often actually. Then we also with Yellow Ribbon. Okay, you know, all sorts of Southwest CDC, Central CDC, all that. You know, so basically, as long as you got a message and we got the time, okay, we will join you all. help you all promote the message. Okay. So as it is since 2013, we've been numerous performances, appearances, TV, radio, social media. Okay. We're on Facebook, Instagram, also on TikTok. Okay, but TikTok a bit funny because it's like very young group of people there, you know. So we are still learning our ways around TikTok, but for Facebook, Instagram, but now we are more active on Instagram. Yeah, so that's, okay. Yeah. So here we are after since 2013. Okay. So yeah, some people ask, so how can I be one of you guys? Okay, actually, for the boys, okay, 60 years old, okay, body fat 19%, okay, strong in calisthenics because it will help if you are performing with us, you know. But other than that, if you are very good in other sports and you're really sincere about sharing, right, not afraid of the limelight, okay, then we can always have coffee, you know. Yeah. And also for the future, we hope to take on more instructing roles, you know, stuff like that. And of course, whichever social media platform that we can expand onto, we definitely do that, because we definitely want to spread the message, you know, whether to seniors themselves, because now that seniors are also more tech savvy, you are more on social media, right? We can actually reach out to you all. Okay, and also we hope that the younger people, right, they can also reach out to their seniors, you know, their family members, be it parents, grandparents, you know. So basically that's why we're on social media and doing our part there, you know, because physically we can only be so many places at one time, and of course now with COVID, lagi restrictive. Okay, so we're basically online. Okay, so right now I'm going to hand it over to the team members. So if you've got any questions, you all can direct to Lyquin to direct to them. So Lyquin.
Thank you, Robert. So thank you for sharing about the story of how you know, Team Strong Silvers come about. And I think I saw a very interesting question, which I'll ask later. So I would like to hear now from the other strongmen. So we have Victor, Uncle Ng, and Mr. Qian. So hi, Victor.
Hey.
How are you?
Can you see me?
Yes, give us a while. We try to bring you up on screen. How are you, Victor?
Hey, okay. How about yourself?
All right. I see you now. Want to give us a wave? Give us a wave. Hi. Wow. You went beyond the wave. You went into
right.
Thanks for showing us that. So, Victor, would you like to share quickly with us, you know, how do you join Team Strong Silvers and how have you actually benefited from joining the team or the group?
Oh, I joined Team Strong Silvers during the year of 2016. Actually, I'm a long distance endurance athletics, see, do you know, whereby this Team Strong Silver more on calisthenics, see, do you know. So I really learned a lot from my friends, my team members about this calisthenics. See, so I enjoy. After joining them, I find that this Team Strong Silver made me really, you know, fantastic, whereby never before. See, so I could find that it's really good. I hope that encourage more members to join us. Thank you.
Thanks, Victor. It seems like it sounds like you do have the best times of your life before and after joining Team Strong Silvers as well. And I know from our chat before, you actually have done many different sports. So good for you. Yeah. And now, hi Uncle Ng. I'd like to say hi to Uncle Ng. Mr. Ng, 你好，请挥挥手跟我们打个招呼。
好，大家好。
Hello， 好，你好。Mr. Ng， 我想问你一下哈，请你跟我们分享一下哈，你参加 Team Strong Silvers 之后，你觉得你有哪里有受益呢？有什么受益法？
你多讲多一次可以吗？
可以。那你觉得参加 Team Strong Silver 之后，你觉得哪方面有收益？
这个收益啊，是我可以接触更多朋友，互相吸收我们的经验，锻炼更美好的身体、健康的体魄，可以鼓励对方，叫那什么动作可以互相来往的去做一些，使我们可以进步更多啊。所以也希望我们也可以可以去招多许多老年人跟我们一样一起做运动。
说大家就是说大家可以健康一下
这样
锻
健康一下也不要每次以为我们老人不可能不可以运动这样，每次待在家里一样，应该出来活动我们的筋骨，使我们筋骨更加疏松、更加灵活这样啊。
好，那现在我就问钱先生你好，要跟我们挥手一下吗？钱先生。OK， 那钱先生，那你可以跟我们分享一下，就是说你参加了 Team Strong Silver 之后呢，你觉得有哪方面的受益？你跟我们分享一下。
我现在能听到声音，能听到吗？
可以，好。
好，大家好，这个我就说一下，自从我加入了 Team Strong Silver 这个得到这个益处是很大的。我随便的说一下这个我们这个组里的几个组就是黄大哥这个黄先生，他曾经是亚洲举重就他那个级别的银牌得主我再说那个魏德大哥他是这个新加坡这个铁人三项的这个有名的那个运动员了还有我们这个魏先生，今天他其他的原因嘛没有参加到，他和黄大哥他们都曾经参与过有新加坡总理在场的这个公益活动这都是他们的荣幸，也是这个 Team Strong Silver 这个小组的荣幸这我是随便说这几位当然在这个 Team Strong Silver 这个运作中就刚才那个 Robert 先生，我们的组织者，他的贡献是巨大的那么像这几位知名的这个运动员他们不是说不光说有这个声望，更主要吧就是说他们是那个资深的运动员所以呢这个我这个和他们在一起，就从他们身上学到了坚强的毅力。你那个运动和锻炼，你没有毅力没有耐性，这都是不行的这是我学到了这一点。另外呢由于他们这个都是资深的多年的运动员我从他们身上学到了正确的锻炼身体的方法和技能这是我个人这个是吧是受益的这个情况。那么呢在这个我最快乐的时段，就是在 Team Strong Silver 小组中能够与几位大哥一起参与社会公益活动，这是最快乐的事情了这个我加入这个小组以来这个就参加过10几次的公益活动，还上过电视节目，这也是很荣幸的这样我们小组得到了许多各年龄段的这个新加坡朋友的喜爱，这就证明了我们的活动这个健身不仅仅是个人受益它对周边它在社会上起到了宣传鼓舞的作用它影响带动了一些人积极的参加健身运动，这一点也是我们小组成员一致的目的。 我们其实除了个人健身得好处，还有一个目的，我们希望大家周边的人，新加坡的更多的人，各年龄段的人都要参加锻炼身体，这是我们的其中一个目的，所以呢，令我们感到非常的欣慰。这样呢，还从而使我们在集体健身、社会交流活动中，身体健硕，心情愉悦，对吧？这都是好处。所以呢，我是这么看，我们小组要继续致力于这项你受益、我受益、人人都受益的运动健身活动，为努力促进新加坡国民体质的不断提高尽一份力。总之，我简单概括的说一下，在 Team Strong Silver 这个中与大家一起活动，更好的达到了自己强身健体的目的。自己受益的同时呢，最主要是通过各种社会公益活动，在推动大众健身运动中留下了自己的汗水和足迹。我个人认为，能为社会发点光、发点热，是人生价值的所在。我说不太好，也说不全谢谢大家，就说到这。好，
谢谢你，钱先生，谢谢。Yeah. So if you allow me to help translate what Uncle Ng or Mr. Ng and Mr. Chen has actually shared with us. So for Mr. Ng, he shared that we need to stay active despite, regardless of our ages. And what he has benefited is that, it inspires us to go out, to go out and meet new friends. And from there, we can actually improve our fitness as well at the same time. And for Mr. Qian, he actually elaborated quite a bit on the team members' achievements. They are actually seasoned exercise people who exercise as well as athletes. So from what we gather from the achievements, right, the individual members or as a group itself can actually be role models for the other seniors. So the idea is that it's not just a person or individual's aspirations or achievements, the whole team and coming together, they become a role model and they are given publicity and exposure. So it helps them to, that is a success for the team in its own right. And then they are able to, they had a chance to showcase their success to basically the whole of Singapore. So the idea is that, through the team, they have found a right way to exercise. They found a way to exercise together. And they are able to share their love for exercise and fitness, right, with every other seniors. Okay, so thank you, Teams Strong Silvers, for sharing, and thank you for holding as well. And now we are coming into the Q&A segment. So feel free to ask questions in the Q&A segment. I do see some questions already, and I got one off the top of my head that I want to ask Team Strong Silver. I think someone asked, is there a ladies version of Team Strong Silvers?
You are welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You share.
Actually, there is they are known as Team Phoenix. Team Phoenix, if you Google them up, right, actually they are a group that is, okay, maybe if you use search term parkour aunties, right, you'll find Team Phoenix.
All right.
Okay, they are the younger female version of us, but they are more into parkour.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So do you actually interact with them, or you heard of them from your connections?
We have had a chance to interact. We visited them before, and we also kind of work with the managers lah. This chap called Shibun, okay, who is the manager. So if I think they are Move Academy also. You can also check under them under Move Academy. Yeah.
Okay, we will leave the audience to actually Google for Team Phoenix. Maybe just yeah. So maybe just a quick one again for Team Strong Silvers, right? That the pandemic, how has the pandemic affected the daily activities of Team Strong Silver, and how do you actually join Team Strong Silver as well? Maybe a quick recruitment call or something from Robert.
Okay. How does the pandemic affect us? Well, actually, okay, because we are basically calisthenics group, right? So for us, it's body weight training. So anytime, anywhere, or that actually, if you talk about whether pandemic or not, you can ask Victor. Actually, he also used toilet bowl to do his dips. Yeah, you look at some of our old interviews, Victor will tell you that he used toilet bowl. Okay, so actually, in terms of, you talk about individually, no, it's not affected us per se. We still maintain our individual strengths and all that, but it's just that as a team, maybe certain skill sets, because right now, physical contact is not allowed. So we can't practice our stack ups and all that as often as we would like. But having said so, online, we have, let's see, have we done anything? Okay, online, yes, we have joined a few seminars to help some of those other groups, kind of promote. And we've also done for Yellow Ribbon, kind of a virtual run kind of thing, So we are still active, but adapting to the COVID situation as it goes. Because, I mean, you see, we are trying to show good example. The last thing we want is to team strong cluster. So we will still follow whatever the guidelines are, and put more stuff online. In fact, during the worst part of it, during the circuit breaker, we actually put out a few videos online on how to use resistance bands. That was Mr. If you go on Instagram, you can find it. And then Victor also did some simple tabata that people can easily do. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, because of the pandemic, we actually have to change the way that we can do exercise and change the way to get people to join us for exercise. Yes. And maybe just one last question to Hotlin. I think you did also share this in your slides. Maybe I think it's like a promo call. How do people actually find the schedule of the programs that you talk about? Just a quick call, Hotlin.
So I have typed also the answer there. You can surf the EnvisAGE website and definitely find the nearest sports center, and then find out from the sports centers our sports champions. You don't have to like straight away become Team Strong Silver. I won't take out my shirt, and every time I talk to them, I feel very ashamed. But as long as we are a better version of ourselves, one day we will reach that the strongest potential of what we are, and every one of us are different. All right, and I really encourage all of you to, if you are not signed up EnvisAGE member, it's a free membership, and you have $100 credit, and you can pick up, and very soon you will also be like Team Strong Silver. All right, and you will be your own maybe Team Strong Gold. All right, yeah, and I will say that maybe I'll just end off to say that aging is really not a liability. It's all about possibility. It's a force for good. And Team Strong Silver has shown us that everything is possible. And it's also not about that when we are older, we cannot exercise or play sports. Sports can be adapted, and we can be adaptive in all environment. Inclusive now is a COVID situation. All right. So I wish all of you to keep active, healthy, and happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And a reminder as well, Team Strong Silver and Team Phoenixes, okay? So I have a very interesting request. Someone requested that all of us, or you men, flex your muscles. So maybe 1, 2, 3, let's flex our muscle before we say goodbye or wrap up a summary. 1, 2, 3. Nice one. Robert at the same time as well. Uncle Ng, 来看一下 muscle. All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Wow, wow.
Okay,
inspired. Wow, nice.
Okay, nice.
All right, thank you very much, Team Strong Silvers. Thank you, Hotlin.
Okay, I also have otherwise.
Yes, got it.
Take care of the people.
Okay, thank you, everyone. So thank you to all of our speakers for sharing their knowledge and experiences in, I would say, aging well and aging meaningfully. Thank you to the audience for staying with us. We still have a little bit more extra for you, so do stay on for a while more. But let me summarize. So in the past, I would say 1.5 hours, basically we've learned that entrepreneurship is possible in our silver ages, or basically at any stage of our lives. So with our own assets and gifts, years of experience, and fundamentally, we have some values that we hold dear to, we can actually create and realize our own visions. So as a call to action, deep reflection and motivation inspires visions which can turn into action. So you can realize your dreams of silver entrepreneurship. All right. Active aging goes beyond maintaining physical health, as we learned that we have to take care of our overall well-being, and Courtney mentioned about social health. So active aging goes beyond fulfilling the individual's aspirations and actions, but remember, together with other seniors, it's actually a force for good. All right. So to demonstrate how active aging can be a force for good and exercise is fun, I actually have a short exercise video for you put together by Active Masters Club. So Active Masters Club, they believe that aging is a positive force, and the seniors who join Masters Club, they actually have a wide variety of sporting activities to choose from. So we actually came up with a nice short video on functional workout for seniors, but anyone can actually follow the moves after that and do some workout and stretching for yourself. All right. So we will play this a video. You can just watch. So I know you're sitting down on the chair, but you can still flex your arms a little bit and just move a little bit. So let's get moving and see this. All right. So do enjoy watching this video. And some of the movements you may already know. So some of it you might already learn. So feel free to watch it till the end. So if we show a video, I'll do a quick voiceover, so you still have to listen to my voice a little bit more. So if we can start the video, we will actually start with a warm-up. So we actually have some gentlemen who are actually showing some warm-ups. So we have actually arm raises, 2 types of arm raise. You can actually do stretching with your arms straight, and now with your arms bent. And soon, apologies, I think the video lags a little bit, but bear with us. So we also have some side chest press. All right, so the gentleman is showing that we can actually do our lower body movements with a side squat. If you can't do it fast, it's all right, you can do it slowly. The idea is that do a warm-up and you can actually do it repeatedly. All right, so this gentleman now is showing some dance moves. So it's not just about training your arms or training your legs or upper body or lower body. The idea is that, hey, we can actually move our whole body. So you can see, we can actually, from our position, we can move from side to side, we can tap our toes, we can tap our legs, and we can incorporate some arm movements as well. So if you notice that the exercises that, or this workout test, right, we actually did some of the moves during the warm-up just now. So do warm-up, and you can actually learn or incorporate it into any workouts or even some dances when you dance to music itself. So looking at this gentleman, we will actually do this workout for 1 round. So sidestepping, not so much so sidestepping, but you can turn your body to the left or to the right, clap your hands and play some music. This gentleman now actually, is like banging on the wall or rather knocking on the door itself, and then do a variety and repeat again. So our gentleman, okay, the video is lagging a little bit. So try and see and catch what you can. So the idea is that it's a whole full body movement workout rather than one that's just focused on building the arms or building the legs. So if you bear with us a little bit more, we actually will go into cool down later on. All right. So yes, we have these 3 gentlemen now to show us cool down. So we want to bring our breathing back to normal, and we can actually cool down with some stretches. So even if you didn't move a lot, like maybe today you've been with us for the whole day, you can still do so stretches for the arms, or you can just stand up a little while and just do a stretch. All right. So raise your hands overhead and stretch upwards. If you can't tiptoe, it's all right. Just stretch your arms and stretch your backs. So you can do this on your own for a few times. And before we move on to the next cool down exercise, which I believe is actually bending to the side and reach overhead. So let's wait for the gentleman to lead us to that. So a few more arm stretches, and this time to the side, to your left. Stretch a little bit, hold that movement before you actually go to the right on the other side. So you can also do this exercise or this cool down when you're sitting down on your chair. So you just sit comfortably, make sure your chair is sturdy, and then you can just do your overhead stretch. So for this one, it's like stretching your lower body as well. So you can stand up and do a bend. And you can try and reach for your knees, or you can try and reach for your toes if you can't reach for if you can. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Actually, when I was watching this production, I was actually smiling quite a bit, and you can actually play your favorite music when doing it. Okay, so we actually coming to the end. So again, this symposium is actually brought to you by NLB and SUSS Gerontology. So for more information about the gerontology programs at SUSS, please visit our website or our Facebook page. Thank you.
Hello, thank you so much to our speakers for their candid sharing and to all of you for your active participation. If you're wondering where you can get started on your entrepreneurship and active aging journey, Nlb Mobile App is here for you. Nlb Mobile App provides you with access to free ebooks, audiobooks, e-newspapers, e-magazines, and e-learning courses. Nlb Mobile App is available on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. This is how you can conduct a search on the mobile app. Click on the magnifying glass on the top right-hand corner. Enter the keyword or the title, and you'll see the search results. In this example, I'm looking for an ebook, so all I need to do is to click on Borrow to start viewing the book. If you enjoy the sharing today, you might be interested in the following books. With human life expectancy on the rise, being a centenarian may be the norm in the future. Pick up these two thought-provoking books, The 100-Year Life and The Second Mountain, which prompts us to reevaluate the different aspects of our life, from relationship, work, to our beliefs. And as Team Strong Silver say, it's never too late to start staying active. All you need to do is to pace yourself. Here are two titles which I would like to recommend: Fitness After 40 and Stretching for 50 Plus, to start you off on this journey in active aging. Aside from introducing the different exercises, the authors explore the science of aging, how you can tune into your body, and tips to maximize performances and minimizing injuries. One more reading recommendations. Our librarians have specially curated 4 lists of books based on our 4 themes today: envision, enable, embrace, and empower. Visit go.gov.sg/envisage resource list to view them. We hope that you have had a good time. Keep a lookout for other online programs by visiting go.gov.sg/eb-toyl. And if you'd like to receive email updates about upcoming events and programs, recommended reads and more, visit go.gov.sg/50plusmail. Please spare us 3 minutes of your time to fill up this short survey. Let us know what we did well and what areas we can do better. If you have any inquiries, do drop us an email at 50plus@nlb.gov.sg. Once again, we thank you for joining us on EnvisAGE 2021, jointly brought to you by NLB and SUSS. We would like to thank SUSS, our speakers, and our partners: Dr. Tanjit Singh, Agency for Integrated Care, Council for Third Age, Changi General Hospital, People's Association, and RSVP Singapore for making this event a success.